So, remember when we all thought Liam Neeson was the untouchable Hollywood widower, the man who never let the chaos of tabloid romance stain his carefully polished legacy? Well, think again, because apparently, the most explosive chapter of his life didn't come from his movies, or even from Liam himself. It came straight out of the mouth of his own son. Yes, you heard me right, his son. Now, what exactly did Liam Neeson's son spill? Was it a tearful confession? A subtle slip-up? Or maybe the kind of accidental truth that makes publicists scream into their overpriced oat lattes? Whatever it was, let me tell you, this wasn't some harmless family anecdote. This was a bombshell aimed right at the already shaky, eyebrow-raising connection between Liam Neeson and none other than Pamela Anderson. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about love, romance, or age gap curiosity. Oh no, this is about the power struggle, the private betrayals, and the shocking words from a son who might have just confirmed what the entire internet has been whispering about for months. So picture this: two completely different galaxies colliding in the Hollywood universe. On one side, you have Liam Neeson, the serious, brooding action hero whose voice alone makes people instantly think of that chilling "I will find you" phone call from Taken. On the other, you've got Pamela Anderson, the Baywatch blonde bombshell who has always been a walking headline, pulling the media's attention like gravity itself. And now, putting their names in the same sentence? Oh honey, buckle up, because this isn't some innocent rom-com. This is a full-blown Hollywood scandal where the line between real and real life has blurred beyond recognition. It all began with a whisper. Paparazzi spotted Liam and Pamela casually having coffee, maybe sharing a dinner or two, and of course, the internet went wild. Uncle Liam scored the Baywatch fantasy, was the instant reaction. But here's the twist: what the gossip columns brushed off as a harmless fling was, in reality, something far messier. So messy, in fact, that Liam's own son, Mitch L. Richardson, was forced to speak out. Because apparently, Liam and Pamela's story wasn't just about late-night dates and champagne toasts. It was a cocktail of emotions, insecurities, and a whole lot of Hollywood hypocrisy. Liam, for years, has carried the image of a private, composed actor. He avoids unnecessary drama, shields his family from the press, and has built a career on silence and dignity. Pamela, on the other hand, her entire career is noise. Bold red carpet appearances, scandalous tabloid one-liners, and relationships that always turned into public spectacles. So when these two polar opposites suddenly shared the same frame, it wasn't romance, it was a ticking time bomb. And caught in the middle of this chaos was Mitch L., Liam's son, the same Mitch L. who tragically lost his mother, Natasha Richardson, and grew up fiercely protective of his father's image. Imagine being in his shoes. Your mother was a refined, elegant actress who left behind a legacy of grace and substance. And now, suddenly, you see Pamela Anderson, loud, flashy, unpredictable, getting cozy with your dad. On one side, dignity, legacy, and silence. On the other, spectacle, paparazzi, and chaos. Naturally, this was a clash of worlds for Mitch L. The breaking point came after a private family dinner. Soon after, Mitch L. dropped a subtle yet cutting remark in public. Some people will do anything for publicity. Fans instantly connected the dots. He was clearly throwing shade at Pamela, but here's the part no one saw coming. Insiders later claimed Pamela wasn't just seeking companionship. She was allegedly taking advantage of Liam's emotional vulnerability, trying to rebuild her image by attaching herself to a Hollywood legend. Liam may have been searching for genuine connection, but Pamela? She was searching for relevance, and that was the moment Liam's son snapped. No more silence, no more polite smiles. For Mitch L., this wasn't just about protecting his father. From gossip, it was about defending his father's dignity from being dragged into yet another Hollywood circus, and this is where the story got even messier. Because the moment Liam Neeson's name got tied to Pamela Anderson in the scandal mill, The people who grew the most uneasy weren't the fans or the tabloids, it was his own family. And leading that discomfort? His son. Yes, the same son who usually avoids the spotlight, but this time he simply refused to stay silent. Insiders claim that life inside Liam's home suddenly turned tense. Imagine a house that normally radiates calm and smells of Irish whiskey now filled with awkward silences and heavy stares. Every time Pamela's name came up, Liam would supposedly snap, while his son confronted him directly. Enough is enough, Dad. So suddenly, this wasn't just a paparazzi headline, it was a domestic battleground, stretching from the family dining table straight into the gossip columns. The breaking point came when Mitch L. dropped a statement publicly. He didn't name names, but his words were sharp enough to slice through any ambiguity. Some relationships are nothing but publicity tricks, and sometimes those tricks cost families their peace. Boom. A drop the mic moment. The internet connected the dots instantly. Overnight, Liam and Pamela's rumored romance stopped being harmless gossip. It had mutated into a full-blown family feud with receipts. Here's the thing. Liam has always been a man of mystery. On screen, he's the stoic killer with a 1,000-yard stare. Off-screen, his silence and privacy are practically weapons. He's never the type to parade his love life in front of the press, which is why when Pamela, an over-the-top tabloid magnet, got linked to him, people everywhere said, this is a mismatch. And now, with Mitch L's sharp words hanging in the air, it felt like confirmation that something really was rotten behind the curtain. But Pamela? Oh, she didn't just sit quietly in the corner. Sources claim that when she saw the shade being thrown, she started spinning her own twisted narrative. She allegedly told her circle of friends that Liam's son was insecure, jealous, even that he couldn't stand to see his father happy again. Classic Pamela move. Flip the script, play the victim card, and gather sympathy points. Meanwhile, the fans went to war on social media. One camp backed Mitch L. He's right. Liam's legacy deserves dignity. Pamela is just a short-term circus. The other camp fought back. Let the man live. If Liam wants Pamela, who is his son to judge? But the biggest takeaway was this: it wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. This had morphed into a messy family saga where father and son were indirectly clashing over the same woman, and the world was eating it up. This was only the beginning, because insiders whispered that Mitch L's next move would be even bolder. No more subtle comments, no more cryptic hints. He was ready to go full expose mode. In his mind, if his father wouldn't clear his name from Pamela's circus, then he would do it himself. And yes, he had the receipts, and this is where the story goes from scandal to straight-up Greek tragedy. Because just when Pamela thought she had finally won over Hollywood's quiet giant, Liam Neeson, it's his own son who takes the stage and completely changes the entire narrative. That's right, Mitch L. Richardson, the son of Liam Neeson and the late Natasha Richardson, finally decided he had enough of watching tabloids twist, turn, and rewrite his father's private life like it's an interview that dropped like a grenade. Mitch L. admitted he never liked the way Pamela slid herself into his father's world. He didn't say her name at first, oh no. He left it vague, like certain women who didn't belong around his father, but come on, everybody knew who he was throwing under the bus. It was Pamela, the queen of messy love stories. The woman who somehow turns every Hollywood romance into a TMZ miniseries. And Mitch L. didn't stop there. He said straight up that after losing his mother, he watched his father spiral into this dark, vulnerable state where he was grasping for companionship. And that's when, conveniently, Pamela Anderson just happened to appear. Like, excuse me, we're really supposed to believe this wasn't the most opportunistic Hollywood timing of all time? But here's where it gets even messier. According to Mitch L., Pamela wasn't just about romance. She was about leverage. He claimed Pamela hinted to Liam about future projects, documentaries, and partnerships that sounded suspiciously like the kind of business deals where you cash in on someone else's name. Suddenly, this wasn't just a May-December romance. It was starting to look like a Hollywood heist, and you already know how the public works. Overnight, Pamela went from being the blonde bombshell with a redemption arc to the alleged opportunist trying to rewrite her legacy using Liam Neeson's Hollywood credibility. Fans started posting side-by-sides of her history, Tommy Lee, Kid Rock, and now Liam, like she was building our sum of chaos. But wait, it gets darker. Mitch L. didn't just expose Pamela's intentions, he exposed Liam's silence. He said his father let the rumors swirl, let Pamela play the role of doting companion because he didn't have the strength to shut it down. Imagine that. Liam Neeson, the man who once played Brian Mills and promised to find you and kill you, sitting quietly while his own son had to fight off the Pamela Anderson PR machine. The irony writes itself, and the internet? Oh, they ate it up. Memes of Liam looking confused, captions like, "When you save your daughter from traffickers but can't save yourself from Pamela Anderson," went viral. TikToks with dramatic background music and freeze frames of Pamela walking red carpets with Liam had millions of views in hours. So here we are. Liam Neeson, a Hollywood legend, stuck between his son's truth bomb and Pamela's carefully crafted public image. And let's be real, this isn't ending with a clean resolution. Because in Hollywood, don't end, they evolve. And if Pamela Anderson has proven anything, it's that she always finds a way to stay in the spotlight, even if it means dragging Liam Neeson's legacy right along with her. And that right there, my friends, is the twist no one saw coming. Liam Neeson's son stepping out and finally shedding light on his father's hidden entanglement with Pamela Anderson? That's not just tea, that's boiling lava spilling all over Hollywood's carefully polished floor. But now it's your turn. What do you think? Was this love, lust, or just two legends colliding at the wrong time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is only getting started, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Hit that subscribe, smash the like, and stay tuned for more.